Alright. Y'all know how excited I am to finally get this tape, man. Oh, it took at least 30 minutes to find the correct camera angle. I'm so happy. Alright, so today we're gonna cover um, how to know that you are trans. And this is a real big question when you finally deciding like whether or not you want to transition. And it's a big life-changing situation. So I want to narrow it down to a few points that'll help you, be better on deciding whether you're trans or not. All right. So the first step is to look back, not only reflect on family history, but reflect on your past. So I'm gonna give you a personal story. A while ago, it was a long time ago. I was probably in like sixth grade. My mom, she let me wear braids to school. She wanted me to have like the hair extension, the braids, but I told her no, and I wore my natural braids. And at that school, we had uniforms, pants and shirts. So for a whole semester, all the girls thought I was a guy. Like literally everybody, even my teachers, because I look exactly like my dad. So during that time, I was living like the best time of my life. I had multiple girls fighting over me. Um, it was just a beautiful situation. And then the next semester, my mom, didn't let me rock the braids anymore, and she made me put on a skirt because she said I was being too boyish. So when I went back to school, it was kind of a traumatizing event because everybody was confused, even me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who that is, but I didn't know what to do about that, and that situation kind of formed my view on sexuality. So if you've had a situation like that where you're more comfortable being addressed by another pronoun rather than the one that you are assigned to at birth, you might be transgender. Another way, just your comfortability with your body. Say for instance, a lot of trans people suffer from dysphoria. Dysphoria is basically being uncomfortable to the point where you can't bear it. And mine was my chest. Even though I have a small chest, I still always wanted that, the flatness. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people identify it with maybe their hips or, what I'm saying, any other parts that are more feminine. You know, and there's a difference between, being a butch or a stud and being a trans man because you identify with the opposite sex that you were assigned to rather than, what I'm saying, identifying with the sex that you were assigned to. Another way is, I guess, a like lifelong fantasy. If you had a lifelong fantasy of being, a man rather than a woman, and you come to a certain age and it's like you still not identifying with that sex, then you might be trans. But the only way to really identify if you are trans is if you go to a counselor, preferably one who deals with LGBTQ matters. Um, if you, there are plenty of LGBT outreach groups. There are plenty of LGBTQ Facebook groups, meetup groups, all these things. You need to find somebody and talk to them. Also, sometimes talking to family might not be the best thing to do. They'll discourage the idea. Especially with my family, we were kind of taught to make fun of or not be around people in that community because they not living their life right and things like that. So you have to know who you are in order for you to make that transition. Don't make the transition if you don't know who you are at first. So with that being said, these are the few tips on how I think you can identify whether you are trans. But remember, seek help, go to people within the community, ask questions. There is no such thing as a good or bad question, and you might find the answer that you were looking for. And I hope this helps somebody. And if you have questions, feel free to hit me up. Make sure you listen to KTA's Trans Enlightenment, the podcast. It can be found on Spotify, anywhere you listen to music or podcasts. It can be found there. But yeah, because I was struggling with this and I had to reach out to some people, and luckily I had the right people in my life at the time. So if you need help with it, just hit me up. Um, you know, and I wish you luck in your journey and never be discouraged by what someone else thinks of you. Peace.